Self-care is about keeping balance. We are not just physical beings. We are also emotional and spiritual beings. Remember, being an empowered, purposeful woman starts with taking care of you, and you deserve to feel light, joyful, and live abundantly. Hi there, I'm Shanine. As a certified health coach and kinesiologist, I help busy women in their 40s who feel tired, overwhelmed, anxious, frustrated, and stuck to live their best years in great health and balance. Together, we'll explore a life that reflects intentional living and lays the foundation for you to live your life's purpose and flourish in your 40s. Welcome to Becoming You at 40. Welcome back to the space where women in their 40s learn to nurture their bodies, strengthen their hearts, and rediscover the purpose God placed inside of them. Today, we are diving into a powerful shift, moving beyond just the physical aspects of self-care and embracing what really keeps us balanced, our emotional and spiritual well-being. If you've been feeling stretched thin, disconnected, or craving deeper peace, this episode is for you. Before we dive in, make sure you hit follow so you can stay connected to the Becoming You at 40 community. So we are on episode 16 of my podcast, and I must tell you that I love every single bit of this journey. I love knowing that I can make a difference for someone who is listening to my podcast. I love the idea that we are making an impact, and I genuinely hope that being part of the Becoming You at 40 community inspires you to take care of yourself, creating space for growth and fulfilling your purpose. Up to now, we've been exploring different ways a woman in her 40s can take care of herself to enjoy a flourishing midlife. We talked about healthy eating, exercising, setting boundaries, practicing self-care, gut health, hormones, and so much more. Now, most of what we have talked about so far focuses on our physical health. But let me tell you, although taking care of our bodies on a physical level is essential and really does matter, we are not just physical beings. We are also emotional and spiritual beings. It is therefore vital that we also care for our emotional and spiritual health if we truly want to restore and maintain balance. Self-care is about keeping balance. In kinesiology, we refer to this concept of balance as the triangle of health. The health triangle comprises 3 equal parts: physical, emotional, and biochemical aspects working synergistically together to maintain optimal health. If one aspect is unbalanced, it throws the triangle out of sync and you end up with a distorted 3-point figure. Think of your health triangle as the scaffolding that keeps your life upright. To help keep this triangle hold its shape and keep you in balance, you need to practice self-care in all 3 parts and on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. Now, if you're listening and thinking, girl, this sounds like a lot, I hear you. Because life is already full. Work, home, kids, bills, routines. And now here I am adding emotional and spiritual care to the list. But don't panic. That's precisely why I'm here. You are not meant to figure this out alone, and balance is possible. So today, I want to share with you the most essential self-care strategies I follow to support my emotional and spiritual well-being. And my hope is that you may find some inspiration, motivation, and clarity on what your self-care strategy might look like for you. Remember, being an empowered, purposeful woman starts with taking care of you. So I hope you are comfortable, because here we go. My number one emotional and spiritual self-care strategy is spending time with the Lord through daily prayer and scripture. This is the single part of my personal self-care routine that I cannot go without. And it has been absolutely 100% life-changing. God is always available to us through His Word and through prayer. No matter how I feel or what I'm going through, I know He is always there for me. The Bible is packed with life lessons, advice, answers, promises, and guidance. So when I am struggling or feel stuck, anxious, or emotionally drained, I turn to my Bible for clarity, comfort, and direction. His Word feeds my soul in a way that food and exercise never could. As I spend time with the Lord in prayer, I speak my heart. Prayer is the safest place in the world. That is where I can be myself 100%. No masks, no pretending, because I know my Creator knows me deeply. So when I pray, I cry and I laugh and I share when I'm feeling angry, frustrated, lonely, tired, happy, jealous, unconfident, grateful, uncertain, scared, loved or unloved. And I know that God truly listens and that He understands completely. Matthew 11 verse 28 says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." I can honestly say that spending time with God in prayer and in His Word is the most precious and sacred part of my daily routine. And if you are a woman in your 40s who is desperately seeking more balance, more calm, and more clarity in your life, I want to encourage you to start making time for the Lord every single day. My second strategy for emotional and spiritual well-being is, of course, kinesiology. I can honestly say that kinesiology has changed my life on so many levels. And of course, as a kinesiologist myself, I am very passionate about this modality. Do you remember the health triangle I talked about at the beginning of the episode? Kinesiology aims to help us maintain our health triangles in balance by restoring imbalances in the physical, emotional, and biochemical domains. I am especially passionate about restoring emotional balance through the various kinesiology balancing techniques available to us, including tapping and eye movement, color balance, sound balance, and acupuncture. On a personal level, the kinesiology modality has helped me heal emotionally, overcome my limiting beliefs, and take up my space over the past few years. It's like pushing a reset button when life feels misaligned and messy and my emotions start spinning out of control. The beauty is that kinesiology focuses on your system as a whole. So whatever is driving your emotional imbalance, whether it is past trauma, current stress, hormone imbalances, physical pain, poor diet, or self-esteem, balance can be restored gently and non-invasively. I believe in this process so much that I combine my kinesiology and health coaching services to offer my clients faster results. Let me tell you a story of how my combined offering benefited my client. I've had a client who runs her own business and is a mom of 4. She was struggling to find a balance and felt frustrated and tired and out of control. She described herself as an impatient mother. She wanted to lose weight and feel more in control. She tried eating healthy, but she would experience times where she could not help herself stuffing my face, in her own words. This pattern frustrated her. She did an 8-week program with me, which included a complimentary kinesiology session. And it was during a kinesiology session that we discovered her emotional eating was rooted in the frustrating relationship with her father. She desperately wanted to be a better parent than her judgmental dad, so that every time she would get impatient with her children, she would start eating emotionally, feeling like a failure as a parent. Once we identified the trigger, her frustration suddenly made sense. I then helped her to reset her limiting belief that she is a bad parent, which she definitely is not, through tapping and eye movement therapy. Afterwards, she described herself feeling lighter, and she is now able to practice self-compassion. Most people go through their 20s and 30s carrying their emotional baggage. But interestingly, when we reach our 40s, we get to a stage where we don't want to carry heavy burdens anymore. And of course, kinesiology is not the only modality that can help you, but I do think it is essential for you to realize that you are not alone, that help is available to you, and most importantly, that you should not neglect your emotional well-being. So ask yourself, isn't it time to let go of emotional baggage which has been keeping you stuck or dragging behind? Remember, you deserve to feel light, joyful, and live abundantly. When I was younger, I was so focused on pleasing everyone around me that I let other people's negative energy affect me emotionally. Since I turned 40, I've grown tired of others stealing my joy. So I've proactively started protecting my energy. And this is precisely the third self-care strategy I practice. I call it protecting my heart. But here's the thing. No one really stole my joy. I was giving my happiness and my power away. I allowed their negative energy in. I chose to react in a certain way. The truth is that I am in control of my own joy and happiness. No one else. I always have a choice, and so do you. We can set boundaries for ourselves. We can choose how we want to react, or if we even want to react. The choice is always ours. The saddest part of allowing other people's negative energy to impact you is that you can never get the joy back that you've given away. It's lost forever. Trust me, I learned this the hard way. And life is too short and there are too many precious moments for you to enjoy in life to continue this path. Now, please hear me when I say that I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. So I do not always get this right. But since I've learned this truth, life has become much simpler. So even if I forget, I can remind myself that I do have a choice and then move forward in a way that protects my energy, joy, and happiness. I also find keeping a gratitude journal an invaluable way to protect my heart. This helps me stay grounded and keeps me focused on the positive aspects of my life and the abundance I have, like love, provision, and support. When you live with a heart that is filled with gratefulness, there isn't much room for negativity. You might be surprised to learn that the fourth self-care strategy I practice for my emotional and spiritual health includes taking care of my physical health. When we follow a healthy diet, exercise regularly, and stay hydrated, we protect and sustain our physical energy. Physical health and energy are key to maintaining emotional health. When we feel energized and good in our bodies, and when our hormones are balanced and we feel strong and fit, we have the capacity to deal with emotions. When we don't feel good or are tired and frustrated, we give our happiness away too easily because we lack the capacity to guard our hearts from other people's negative energies, or we are too tired to deal with our own emotions healthily. Remember, taking care of your physical health is taking care of your emotional health too. If you are still listening, thank you. Most people drop off before the halfway point, but you kept listening, which tells me you are serious about your emotional and spiritual well-being, and I respect that. Take a moment right now. What part of your triangle feels most out of balance today? If you feel called to go deeper, to release emotional baggage, or to find your balance back, you are not alone. I'm here for you. So if you are ready to take that step, I invite you to book a complimentary Becoming You at 40 coaching session with me, and let me help you get clear on your next step for finding balance. Visit www.dayenuke.co.za to book your session. I'll also pop the link in the description box. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope something you heard inspired you to care for your emotional and spiritual health just as intentionally as you care for your body. Remember, you deserve balance, you deserve joy, and you deserve to feel supported on this journey. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with a friend. Until next time, keep protecting your heart, nurturing your soul, and becoming the woman God created you to be.